Hi and welcome. I am trying to learn medicine. Today, androgens, and afterwards we're going to do Anencephaly. And after we've done what we're going to do, squat training. And if you participate in the squat training, then it's very on risk. And we're talking about internal anatomy, hormones, and this is no medical advice. We're just reading about it. Androgens. Male sex hormones whose function is to produce secondary sexual characteristics after puberty. For example, facial hair and a deep voice. Okay, androgens. It is a hormone and it's gender specific and it produces the secondary sexual characteristics after the puberty of facial hair and the deeper voice. Most androgens, including the principal one, testosterone, are produced in the testicles. Okay, we're talking a bit about this stuff. Others are formed in the adrenal glands. I forgot again where we were. And produced in the testicles. Others are formed in the adrenal glands on top of the kidneys. Where is it? Okay, the adrenal glands are on top of the kidneys. And the androgens, that seems to be multiple. So the androgens, there are multiple androgens, and one of these androgens, and the principal one, is the testosterone. And they are produced in the testicles. Others are formed in the... So most androgens, including the principal one, testosterone, are produced in the testicles. And there are other androgens, which are androgen hormones, which are produced in the adrenal glands, and they are above the kidneys, and they are here. So, small amounts of androgens are also produced in women's ovaries and adrenal glands. When production is excessive, it causes virilism. In men or in women or in both. It causes virilism. If a sexual development of an adolescent boy is retarded, I still don't know what an adolescent is. So if the sexual development of an adolescent boy is retarded, he may be given injections of natural or synthetic androgens. Okay, if the adolescent doesn't set in, can you say that? If the sexual development of an adolescent boy is retarded, if the development of an adolescent boy is retarded, then an injection of natural or synthetic androgens can be given. These are also used to treat breast cancer in women. Okay, androgens. We have androgens. Androgens are important to produce the secondary sexual characteristics after the puberty. For example, facial hair and deep voice. So that's the first thing we're going to say. Most of the androgens, including the principal one, or most important, the principal one, testosterone, are produced in the testicles. Other androgen hormones are produced in the adrenal glands. Small amounts of androgens are also produced in the ovaries and the adrenal glands of women. And when the production is excessive, it's called virilism. Virilism. If the development of an adolescent boy is retarded, then natural or synthetic androgen injections can be given. Androgens. And these injections can be also used to treat the breast cancer in women. But you think of also when breast cancer in men. But it doesn't have to be sure. I don't know if this is no medical advice. I don't know if it's not even the opposite. No, better androgens. So now I try to make that video and say what we have today. So I'm starting, I think. Yeah? And now I try to say it. Androgens. Let's just start it if something is missing, we're going to do it again. Androgens. Androgens are important to make the secondary characteristics. That is the secondary characteristics. Androgens are important to make the secondary sexual characteristics of a boy after puberty. Androgens are important to make the secondary sexual characteristics of a boy after puberty, facial hair and a deeper voice. And they are produced, these androgens, Let's start actually with most. Androgens. Androgens are important for the development of secondary sexual characteristics of boys after puberty, facial hair and deeper voice. And most of the, I don't know, what are we talking about? Androgens. Androgens are important to develop the secondary sexual characteristics of boys after puberty, facial hair and deeper voice. Most of the androgens, including the principal one, testosterone, are produced in the testicles. Other androgens are produced in the adrenal glands. Women produce also in the adrenal glands and the ovary androgens, and an overproduction of androgens is called virilism. And if let's make it a bit more clear. It is virilism. It is virilism. Now your thing was, if a sexual development of an adolescent boy is retarded, it's hard to express. It also has to be pretty detailed expressed. Androgens. Androgens are important to make the secondary sexual characteristics of boys after puberty, facial hair and a deeper voice. Most of the androgens, including the principal one, testosterone, are produced in the testicles. Other androgens are produced in the adrenal glands. Women also produce, in smaller amounts, androgens in the ovary and in the adrenal glands. An overproduction is called virilism of androgens. Androgens are important for the development of a sexual. I knew I would make it once wrong if I talk this fast. Androgens are important for the development of secondary sexual characteristics of boys after puberty, facial hair and a deeper voice. And most of the androgens. We have the time. Androgens are important for the development of secondary sexual characteristics of boys after puberty, facial hair and a deeper voice. Most of the androgens are produced in the testicles, including the principal one, testosterone, but others also produce in the adrenal glands. Women also produce in a smaller amount androgens in the ovary and in the adrenal glands, and an overproduction of I can't get it. Androgens. Androgens are important for the development of sex. Androgens are important for the development of secondary sexual characteristic of boys after puberty, including, for example, facial hair and a deeper voice. Most of the androgens are produced in the testicles, including the principal one, testosterone. Others are produced in the adrenal glands. Women also produce androgens in a small amount in the ovary and in the adrenal glands. An overproduction is called virilism. If the development of secondary sexual characteristics of boys in adolescence is retarded, then natural and synthetic androgens can be injected. And these injections of natural synthetic androgens can also be used to treat the breast cancer and more. And that is according to Keith Hodgkin's Family Medical Advisor, page 74, but this is no medical advice. Where we have, I'm going to stop the camera. I know we have something else here. Anencephaly. A rare abnormality in which the major part of the brain of a fetus fails to develop. Okay, anencephaly, in which the major part, the brain in which the major part of the brain of a fetus fails to develop. Anencephaly. The bones of the back of the head are also partly or completely missing. The bones of the back of the head are also partly or completely missing. Okay, anencephaly, major part of the brain is not developing of a fetus, and also the bones at the skull, the bones at the back of the skull are not there. Death occurs at birth. The abnormality tends to run in families. A pregnant woman from such a family can have early tests carried out on the fetus, and if these indicate anencephaly, she can have a pregnancy terminated. And I want to stress at that point again, this book is from the 80s, so also the thing here previously it can be used to treat breast cancer in women. Maybe there's also more known to treat it also in men, and also anencephaly, maybe there's also more known to men. And the book is from Britain, so maybe there are differences in different countries. Anencephaly, are we able to do a video? This is pretty short. We're doing squat training. Take me here for a minute. Anencephaly, major part of the brain is missing of a fetus and also the bones at the back of the skull. Death occurs when at birth, but maybe the information is outdated. Death occurs at birth. The abnormality tends to run in families. We're going to say that then. The abnormality tends to run in families. Okay, anencephaly, major part of the brain fails to develop and bones at the skull at the back are missing. Death occurs at birth and abnormality tends to run in families. I'm going to start the camera again. Anencephaly. I want to say a little warning. This is about a fatal condition during pregnancy. Anencephaly. By anencephaly, the major part of the brain of a fetus is not developing, and also the bones at the back of the skull are missing, therefore occurs at birth, and it tends to run in families. That is according to Keith Hodgkins, Family Medical Advisor, page 74, but this is no medical advice. I'm going to stop the camera. And now, that was for medicine. If you were here for medicine, you can go directly to the next part of medicine. If you stay here, we have 3 minutes left for squat training. If you participate in the squat training, then it's very ask. Leg up, point with the foot down. Pull the leg up, point with the toes down, and relax the leg. And circle the foot. Totally relax. And other leg up. Pull the leg up, point with the toes down, and relax the leg. Circle the foot. Other direction. Legs wide apart. Go to the side. Toes are pointing forward, stitching in the side of the leg. And over to the other side. And then from side to side, mentis. And now a few squats. Legs wide apart, and we're doing 12. So come on. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 more. And now we're having the half of 6 and 7 and 8. And let's do the last quarter. 9, 10 and 11 and 12. It was not a quarter. Next exercise. Legs wide apart, we're doing the 6-pack squat squeeze. Down into quarter squat, press at the top of the leg. And press on the outside. And half squat and press on the middle of the leg. And on the other side. 3/4 squat and press close to the knee. And on the other side. And directly on to the next exercise. 3/4 squat, press against the leg. Go towards it on the other side. Press against the leg. And go towards it. Again. Press against the leg. Go towards it. Press again. And leg at last exercise with propeller. Full squat, arms to the side, over to one side, press against the leg, look up to the head. And to the middle, to the other side, press against the leg, look up to the head. Middle and up. Now we're stretching. Heel onto the ground, pull the toes in, behind us, sit up stretch. Foot to the left, pull the toes in. To the right, pull the toes in. And to the middle, move the leg from left to right. Our leg with the heel onto the ground. Pull the toes in. Pull to the right, pull the toes in. To the left, pull the toes in. To the middle, and move the leg from left to right. And again, no, we don't need to. Take the leg as the ankle. Make a straight leg. And point with the knee onto the ground. And our leg. Take the leg at the ankle. Make a straight back. Point with the knee onto the ground. The next body part, breathing in out. And in out. And last round, breathe in. Out. Breathing across the legs. And breathing out. Now, let's pause for squat training. I thank you very much and until next time.